some infused oil that I'm going to use in another project. And right now I'm just going to show you all of the supplies that you need and the ingredients. I have gloves here, and I'm going to use my scale. You need a jar to put your herbs in. I would say this is maybe 24 ounces, maybe. And then you need sort of like a chopstick to tamp down your herbs. These are my oils. I may need more oils, but the oils I'm using today are sweet almond oil and safflower oil. You can use whatever oils you want. I also added a little bit of tamanu oil. The herbs that I'm using today are calendula, chamomile, rose petals. I'm also using some rose hips, and lavender. So those are the main herbs that I'm using in my preparation today, and I will just show you how I prep to do an infused oil. I'm using the maceration method, and what that means is I'm going to put the herbs in this jar, then add my oils, and then I'm going to place it in a water bath in my crock pot. And we're going to try to keep that temperature in between 100 to 140 degrees Celsius. No higher than that. We don't want the oils to get too hot because it'll damage the constituents and the healing properties within your herbs. We just want it to be warm enough to extract whatever we need from the herb. And we're going to keep that in the water bath for about 4 hours. And then we'll strain it and we'll be ready to use our infused oil for whatever we want. So I'm going to move the camera down so you can see what I'm doing with the herbs. So you also want to make sure that your jar is clean. We don't want any bugs to get in there. And so I'm going to use gloves. I pre-cleansed these jars I sprayed it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, about 70% or higher, and I let it air dry. So now all I'm going to do is add my herbs. And you can use whatever herbs you like. A lot of these herbs are specifically for skincare. I struggle with acne, so those are herbs that I like to use specifically in my skincare products. But you can use whatever types of herbs you like and to get whatever effect you want. You can also adjust your oils to fit your needs. So I'm using oils that are high in linoleic acid and oils that are going to be nourishing to the skin. They're also non-comedogenic. So because I struggle with acne, I'm making sure that I'm using oils that won't leave a lot of residue or clog up my pores. And it looks like my jar is getting really full, so we'll see if this will work with these herbs. I'm just going to keep going. And I'm going to finish up with my last but not least, my rose hips. Okay, so those are all the herbs in there. That's pretty, isn't it? So you don't have to do this, but I'm just mixing the herbs up while they're dry. You can do it once you pour your oils in, but I just like to watch the herbs. They're so pretty. Look at that. So this would actually be a really good mixture for like a facial steam. Like if you wanted to just use your dry herbs and keep it in this jar, you could add this to some hot boiling water and just do a relaxing face steam. And that would also be a really good treat for your skin. You can also put this in the bathtub. Okay, now let's go ahead and add the oils. I'm going to turn my scale on because I do want to measure how much oil I have to add if I need to add additional. I can tell right now this is not going to be enough. Right now this is about 8 ounces of oil. So we're going to just add what we can. And I'm going to just top the rest off. So far, I'm going to add that's another 8 ounces of oil. And you want to make sure that the oil gets all the way to the bottom. So that's what the chopstick is for, to kind of move things around, mix it around. And I'm going to top it off with some more oil as well, so with another oil, because I want it to cover the herb completely. So I'm going to add maybe 2 more ounces of sweet almond oil now. Okay, so I think that looks good. And I don't know if you can see, but bubbles or pops moving up, and that lets you know that all of the air is being moved out of the oil. So I really kind of want to have as much oil as I possibly can, so I'm going to top it all the way to the top. So I'm adding another bit of safflower oil, and voila, I'm happy with that. So just remember to write down your measurements so that you can remember what you did before. I'm just adding the last bit of oil. You don't want to waste any oil whatsoever. All of that is goodness for your skin. So if you have a scraper, that's even better. And there you have it. So now the next step is we're going to put this in the water bath. I've already started warming up the crock pot, and we're going to check the temperature. So right now, it's probably not, okay, it's about 104 degrees. So I'm going to leave the crock pot on warm for a little bit. And then what I'm going to leave it on low for a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is turn it down to warm so that it stays at a steady temperature. I just want it to go up maybe another few degrees. And right now I'm going to cover it. Herbs, they are nice and pretty and ready to be infused. So we just cover it with this, with the top. And I'm just going to let this sit. I may add some more water so that the water is a little bit higher up, and then we'll just let it sit for a little bit.